Hey guys, welcome back to BS Garage. Last episode, whatever you want to call it, but last little bit I showed you, got all the body mounts done. Me and my boys went and got bolts at the arcade the other day, and some washers. Ended up having to make some washers for the bottom of the mounts on the front part of the cab of the Suburban. But everything's in, tightened down. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with the rear bumper. We'll get it on, and then we'll put the taillight stuff back in it, and then go ahead and get the tank back in it. Got the new sending unit for it. Get the tank in it and finish running the lines to the tank, which we're already back about right here with the lines. We just got to go the rest of the way. But then we can get rid of that makeshift tank. It's been a good one, just to let you know. Here we go. I'm gonna show you. I'm on my little rolly chair. There's the bumper. She's a little dirty. It's not all the way on there because I had everything off, but we got this gap. Big gap. So you can kind of see how far it sticks out. So I'm thinking about, which I already did a bunch of marking on the frame. I know. I'm going to have some purists out there. Don't cut the frame, don't cut the frame. Well, we're cutting it. Because I know you can buy the gap piece, but even with that gap piece, when then it comes so far out, then you got that big lip. I like to get this thing tucked in a little bit, sucked right up against the body a little bit. So, my only issue is we're going to run into when we do that is where the license plate meets the hitch. That's the only issue with doing what I want to do. So either I can unbolt this license plate box out and we can trim it down, bring it back. I don't know. So I'm going to do the right thing, which is probably the wrong thing. And we're going to take the license plate bucket out, and we're going to go ahead and cut the frame, get it in there where we want it, bolt it all up, then go from there. Worst case scenario, the hitch down here, it's pretty straightforward bolt in. Need the hitch because we're going to be hauling with it. We'll unbolt the hitch and we'll slide it back and drill 2 more holes. That way we don't have to cut up that license plate bucket. But our plan is to get rid of that god-awful gap. I mean, you look back here, it looks horrible. And that frame kind of curves down. So when we suck it in, it's going to bring this up a little bit more to the body line. So I'm going to like that a little bit better too. It's not going to do much, but better. But the old girl kind of looks good with the bumper on it. She's just setting too far out. Way too far out. As you can see. I mean, that's about 3 inches. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but I'll just you can kind of see my mark right here on this flat spot. Right there, she's all the way back. Nothing's tight, I just mocked it up so I can show you guys. So if I cut where I want to cut, it should put this lip of this bumper about right there. About right in there. And the only 2 holes we have to drill on each side. There's 3 holding the bracket on. We only have to drill the top and bottom one. There's already a hole on the frame for the 3rd one in the middle. So we should be good on that. But I mean, back here it looks funny. I mean, look how low it is. So yeah. And that is off a Suburban. It's a newer model bumper, but they all look the same. The brackets are the same, I'm pretty sure. I think the reason them set so low on the Suburbans and K5 is because the torsion bars for the tailgate. It gives them room to twist and stuff, but I'm not putting them back because I'd rather have the bumper a little higher and sucked in more than a couple torsion bars. It's not like I'm going to be opening the tailgate and just letting it slam, but that's our next process. We'll get that cut off where we want it, bolt it up, and then put the tank in so we're not creating sparks anywhere around the tank. And yeah, I'll show you guys the washers I made, if you can see it. Right there. It's got little ansies on it. We had primed them. Made it on some flat steel. Cut them in a square, and we bend each corner so the rubber can't move or kind of bulge out. But it's polyurethane, so they're gonna be pretty tough. And made 4 of them. New bolts and washers. Everything's tight. We got everything centered. All right, guys. So, got the frame marked. I was going to cut clear back here, but I'm kind of scared too. I'm going to take a little bit off at a time. I'll cut this side off. So, got these vice grips holding it kind of where I think it's going to be. I'm not sure. So, before from about right here, the face of this bracket, back to the edge, back of the bumper was 3 inches. So the bumper's gonna come into about right into that ruler. Hoping. Kind of like to get a little closer. We'll see what it looks like after I cut this other side, and we'll go from there. Really don't know how to do this where you guys maybe want to roll my phone. But Alright guys, here we are. Show you what we got so far. Had to trim just a little bit right here. There's a big piece stuck up in the bottom of the bumper, was catching it a little bit, but when got centered on these 2 bolt holes, we done pilot holded them on both sides. And if 4 won't hold it, 6 wouldn't have. We're gonna do 2 here, 2 over there, and then I know what you guys are thinking. The bumper bracket comes out to here. What we're going to do is heat it about right here at the flange and bend it to where we need to instead of drilling new holes. Because we didn't go back that far. So we're going to heat it and bend it in. But we're going to get this part done. Get the bumper on. My corners down here are kind of tweaked a little bit. I guess it's just where it's been stored. We'll get all the big stuff bolted up in the center on the frame. We'll get a jack, 2x4, and some chain, and get that where we need her. But got both sides done. And what we did here is we went with this bottom bracket. We went flush with the frame, which before it was like way down here. This slip stuck under the frame. So we brought it up, as you can see, right there. So we brought the brackets up. We're a little bit closer to the body line now, but we got good clearance for the tailgate coming down. And honestly, I think I can put the torque arms back for the tailgate. I think we got plenty enough room, but it brought it in real nice. I'll show you guys here in a minute once we drill holes and bolt it. But I'll pop this off here, show you what we're doing now. Sorry guys, but here's the bracket. I left these bolt holes because just in case I messed up or something, I can figure out how to remount it. You know how it goes. But I got a little close here, so I'm gonna do the right thing. Just leave it. We're gonna clean all this edge up. I'm gonna clean this edge up. Finish drilling these holes. New hole, new hole. Do that on both sides. I'm gonna scuff this top down, this hitch down. We'll throw some little black paint on it. But if you're wondering, before we was, this is where the end of the bumper went before, the top of the bumper set. So we had all this frame showing. So from here to here, from this line to 3-inch mark is where the back of the outside of the bumper was. So I'm gonna leave it like that. We'll finish drilling holes, clean it all up, and go on. Alright, got everything bolted, and we had to trim a little bit on the bumper. Just a little bit right here. You can see when we took a little bit off. See how much we took off. And I needed to take it off to here, but there's already a cut out here for it. So I just took it all the way over here. We're gonna clean this up. Did it on both sides. Took that amount out. Reason for it was, you see this hitch right here, kept hitting right here, and I don't want to cut too much off that because we're going to be using that hitch. So now we should be able to put it on there, and that should give us enough room for it to set flush. And then get all the taillight stuff hooked up. Remember guys, might sand up this hitch and paint it. I think I'm going to scuff this new panel down a little bit on the outside and let it weather a little bit before we do the wipe on clear. That way you can get a rusty look, and then we'll do the wipe on clear after I rust treat it. But we'll see if this fits now. Let's just say old Danielle's behind is looking pretty good. Let's just say that. Guys, cutting a little bit at a time. I only had to cut once. Let me show you what I cut. Walk over here. Now, I had to trim a little bit on the bumper. This is all I cut. Roughly 1 inch. Both sides of the frame. And we had to cut just a little bit off the bottom of the bumper. Took us from 3-inch gap from body to bumper to 1 inch. So, that's how she looks. Look at that. You guys know what it was before. Way better. Now, this corner here is down. I'm going to have to set some pressure on it. Maybe jack it up, put a jack stand under it, and let it set overnight. Get it to form back the way it was. The other side's fine. But that's what we got. Now, roughly got an inch there. And then, actually it's right at an inch. Sorry, don't mind the mess. It's about what we got here. Actually, there's more on the front. Probably about an inch and a half, you know, just a curiosity. Let's just see. But I thought about doing the front too. Another project. No, I don't think we're gonna worry about a half inch. I don't know, it depends. Depends on how frisky I feel. But, I mean, I'm gonna have to live with this gap. Because I really don't want to re-chrome a bumper. But, it looks really good. Right here is where we had to trim the bumper. It's hitting the hitch. And I didn't want to cut the hitch. We kind of just smoothed this out. It's already had this kind of shape to it. We just smoothed it. And about right here is a bolt hole. So I needed to come to here. We went ahead and trimmed it out from here all the way over to the license plate bucket. Now I thought I was going to run into the problem here, but we got plenty of room. I think it's because I didn't go back as far as I wanted to. But you guys can see, still kind of hitting right there, but you can move it with the screwdriver back and forth. So I might have to go back in here and trim a little bit more on that. But you can see this bolt hole. It already dipped. It was about right here. So we just took a little bit more off and got it where we wanted it. Guys, I wasn't going to cut the bumper, but I didn't really want to move this hitch unless I had to. I didn't want to cut anymore on that hitch or grind anymore. I wanted to take away the strength. So, now I don't got the outer brackets on it, which we're going to have to heat and bend them a little bit since we went in some. You can kind of see the top of that bumper, like right in there, has been up a little bit. A little bit of rubber hammer, work out good. But, man, oh man, like it way better. You can see this side's kind of level, almost perfectly level. Still got some bumper droppage. I guess we'll have to live with that. At least we don't have, guys, before right here I could stick my whole arm between the bumper and the body. Now she looks good, but you can see how it kind of droops down a little bit. Put some pressure on it, let it set overnight, let it form back. And it might form back when we put the inner brackets in, but yeah. So we're not taking that back off. It's already there. She looks good. We'll get that hit. I already painted the back part of the frame where we cut and everything. I'll tape off that bumper and paint the bottom of that hitch once I sand it down a little bit. But oh man, she looks good. Only thing we got to worry about is when we're towing. Sorry guys, I'm one hand bandit today, but that's gonna be our problem. Roughly 11 inches off the ground. So yeah. But alright guys, I'll catch you later. You guys don't forget to like and subscribe. Help me out a little bit. Hey, Till next time, see you guys later.